We back. Another episode, Sound On, with your boy, Hollywood. Hey, and my guy, down two times, baby.
What's good with it, baby?
Pleasure, bro. Hey, it's real. It's real this time.
I know.
Real this time, bro.
Man.
Like, bro, so, hey, man, this is a platform, bro. You know what I'm saying? For people to come on, right?
Right.
And really just, tell their story, right?
Right.
Right? Raw, uncut, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? And bringing you on, you're the perfect guest, bro. You're the perfect guest, man. You're the perfect guest.
Ah, man, that's not.
Hey, bro, the last year I've been tapping in, man. I've been seeing how you moving, man, and I'm seeing that like it's different.
Yeah,
and I
for sure.
appreciate it.
Appreciate
you feel
it.
me?
No, I appreciate it a lot,
And cheers
man.
to that, bro.
Cheers to
welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Dom two times. So we could get for the people that don't know Dom, right?
Right.
That don't know you, right? We provide them a little background, right? Provide them a little background.
I get what you're saying.
Indianapolis, Columbus,
317. Y'all see it.
Yeah. Columbus, Ohio,
Definitely.
all the way to the 602.
Yes, sir.
Right.
It's your boy Dom two times.
Yeah, let them know.
I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, Far East Side of Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Post Road, baby.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm an artist producer.
Yep.
From the 317.
Yep.
I did live in Ohio during my years after 18 years old.
Yep.
So I was down there for school. Yeah, college. Make sure y'all go to school, everyone. And then after that, I decided to move to Arizona about last year. I moved here a year ago just because I wanted to get on the West Coast. And it was it's more opportunities for like the things that I'm trying to do as far as music that I'm trying to create.
Right.
And for people to hear.
Right.
And just for my beats,
Right.
Just collab.
We're going to get into that.
Like I said, 24-year-old from the Midwest, man. That's what it is.
24 from the mid side, bro. Hey, so, so like I said, man, I've been tapping in, bro. I appreciate everything that you do, man. Musically, creatively, like, it's all a blessing. I see you moving, I'm like, yo, this dude, he's got it. So it's like the it factor, right? So when you think about the it factor, you're like, yo, like, bro, like, music thing to me is just, it's everything, right? So, like, when I notice the it factor and I'm like, yo, like, he's on to something. That's the it factor. Like, yeah, he's got it, right?
Yeah.
Like, got it factor, right? So I've always noticed that with you from the day that I even tapped into what you was doing musically or whatever, right? And then, like, knowing you progressively, right? I'm just like, yo, it makes sense now, right?
Right.
And when it comes to the music thing, bro, like, you've been doing this since you was 7 years old.
Since I was 7, man.
You said it in your, what track was it?
I think
was it Struggle or was it?
From the Struggle, I believe it was.
7 years old.
I've been doing this since I was 7. Coming up, like I said, my family members was more into the music industry, so that's what made me fall into it.
Right.
But growing up, I kind of see the mistakes that they made, and I just try to make sure that I don't make the same mistakes. And most of the mistakes that they made was just being motivated and continuing to challenge themselves. I think once they got a little buzz, they were just more comfortable where they was at, and just not pushing themselves a little bit more. So that's just kind of where I've been. I'm not saying that I haven't made mistakes, because I've made mistakes to where it made me the better artist that I am today.
Right.
So that's just my whole little thing with that. To really get the ick factor, you just gotta continue to challenge yourself.
Okay. So let's talk about that. Okay. So the it factor. So the it factor stems from challenging yourself, right?
Correct.
Creatively, right? Creatively, right? So, like, that's my biggest thing is like when I sit back and I'm behind the scenes, I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Right.
Like, that creative process is different, right?
Yeah.
So, like, when we talk about your creative process, Dom two times, his creative process, what does that look like?
It's funny because I could talk about my process before and after I got into the league.
Right.
So the process before, it was just kind of get my notebook. That was my venting place. So the raps wasn't even more so trying to figure out how to create a rap. It was just me getting the problems that I was going through in life out.
Right.
So it was more so easy just to find a beat and just let all my emotions out. That was my way of venting and just, getting what I need that's inside out, you know.
Gotcha.
And just it so happens to be rapping, you know. That was the one way I did to just get in the zone, the it factor, to, you know, prepare and challenge myself creatively. You know, I went through so many problems growing up during the struggle that it continued to create challenges for me to be able to, you know, create the music in the way I did it. Nowadays, now that I'm older and, you know, got a little bit more sense and got more things under control, I still have some things that I gotta figure out, and I still put anything that's in my life on a piece of pen and paper or in my notebook and my raps, you know, that's in my phone. But what I do is I kind of roll up, I go to a space that's secluded just by myself, and I just play on, I put lo-fi beats, you know. I like
lo-fi, I know what lo-fi beats are.
Yeah, lo-fi.
So for everybody tapping in and seeing what's going on, we're gonna cheers to lo-fi beats. They vibes, they big vibes.
For sure.
So we're gonna tap into the lo-fi beats. So explain that.
For the people that don't kind of know what like lo-fi beats is, lo-fi is kind of like more beats that's more made for like lyrical or more steady. It's not up tempo. It's not too low. But it's like more just modern day, just cool rap, chill rap. If that makes sense.
So basically,
chill pop.
So basically, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe. It's definitely a vibe.
Right.
So kind of while I'm smoking my weed, in the corner of my notebook, I normally write the things that's going through my mind. I write about the situations that I'm going through, like what's going on. Like I might not have rent money this week. You feel me? Or might not have money for enough weed. Or me and my girl not going through the good situation right now. Or I got friends overturning on me.
So it's really like a documentation.
It's like a documentation. So I write in a corner and I'll be like, okay, you going through those situations. Write about it. Somehow you got to make it rhyme. But write about it. Let it out.
So you documentate it like off conscious.
Off conscious. Like what am I going through?
So you're going to jot it down and you're going to rap about it later.
I'm going to rap about it. Not even later. Like right then and there.
Right now, like, later, whatever.
Right now I'm feeling this beat. You got these things going through your life. How you gonna put it in this rap? That's how I challenge myself. Because I feel like in order for the artists and the fans to get the real you, you gotta talk your story and talk talk about what you go through. So the biggest challenge I think for an artist is actually to talk about what they're going through and making a song with it. So
so let's talk about that real quick. So right now, 2020, so we talk about conscious rap. Right? Conscious rap, woke, right? Being woke. Like so like I feel like right now, 2020, right? It's like in between of like, you know what I mean, appreciating the woke rap, like you know what I'm saying? In between like the internet rap, whatever. But like so when it comes to conscious rap and like appreciating it and all that, I mean I appreciate it. Right. Myself, I know you do, because I mean some of your favorites is the J. Cole, Chance the Rappers,
anybody that know me,
right? The Childish Gambinos, right? Like that's the conscious, the woke rap. So like, my question to you is, when it comes to being like an artist and producing that woke style rap, that conscious rap, where do you fall into place? As far as right now,
it's funny because like I've always tried to question myself and get the answer to that my whole life.
Because you've been that.
It's like I've been that, but I always figure like, growing up, I would try to make that certain type of music. You feel me? Because it was so easy. I'm like, I could do this too. But then again, that ended up turning into like more cloud chasing and not being myself. And then somebody always told me like, once they give you the real you, once you start giving them the real you, that's when you start manifesting and start prospering in your music.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of like 2020, like you said, is kind of like a mix in between. But I learned that if you just stay in your lane and continue to focus and continue to work towards that, it's gonna work out. You know, the part where people fail is when they don't continue. It's when they quit and try to venture off something different.
But why do that though?
Why I do that is just because they
jumping ship.
I feel like they don't know really why they in the music industry. You gotta think. I got into this because I need to vent and I was broke. You feel me? I seen the opportunity it was into venting your music. So like I was like, damn, Drake and J. Cole and all these other artists. I can't speak for like the the other artists that don't talk about that shit, but I can speak for the artists that touch me, that help inspire me.
Right.
I said them people changed their lives just by venting and telling their story on beats, and then not only that, the problems that they was telling in the story, they ended up solving it. They ended up solving it eventually because they gave the
Can you say you've done that for yourself?
I feel like I've done that for myself to a certain extent because I don't have that certain fan base at a time and moment. But it comes with growing. Right. I personally can say I've done it with myself. I'm talking
about you.
Me personally, I feel like I've done it with myself. I stopped trying to please everybody else in their sound. I started being more happy with my own vocals and my own sound.
And you're gonna accept it. You're gonna take it or leave it.
You know what's crazy, bro?
What?
I remember back in 2 years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, I went to Indiana to perform at a little showcase.
That's home.
Right? Home. And the whole time I was debating whether I should go in there with the music they like or the music that they're not used to, like lyrical conscious.
Right.
And at the split of a decision, right before I went on, I told my DJ, yo, put on my lyrical shit.
Right.
Because I did perform my hype shit plenty of times throughout the year.
Right.
It got me a little buzz, but that's everybody making.
Right.
People are looking for the real you and people that separate themselves, not trying to be like everybody else. So when I did that, bro, it was just like, it opened up. I paid attention and noticed that people was really paying attention, looking like, yo, what's he talking about?
Right.
Because it ain't the average everyday sound. It ain't no whoop, wow, money, bitches, clothes. It's more so like, damn, he talking about Section 8. He talking about, women not getting the certain rights that they deserve.
Education.
He's talking about education. He's talking about the kids. He's talking about politics.
Right.
He's talking about stuff that we need to be learning and initiating. So it separated me, and they started to pay attention.
So that's the conscious woke versus the internet.
Exactly.
Like
to any artists out there, man, especially the people who's conscious. Yes, we may not get the quickest buzz, but I guarantee that our buzz lasts longer than the quickest buzz.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So like this is all segmented, but like right now we're gonna talk about this. This is outside of it, but we're gonna talk about this because this is very, very important, bro.
Yeah.
Right. So your point that you just made on the sense of like the woke conscious talking about the important stuff, right?
Right.
Like when you do that, like what does that do for you as an artist? Like as far as like, yo, like this is the real. You know what I mean?
It feels good for the artist internally because we know that we put out our work that was true to our heart.
Right.
Instead of putting out work that wasn't
that's
really true
pleasing.
to our heart. That's
just pleasing. Just pleasing.
I feel like in order to please your fans, you must please yourself first.
Okay. Okay.
And I feel like as a fan, they may not be used to you pleasing yourself sometimes.
Right.
But as a fan, they will get used to it.
Right.
And then the support will, longevity.
Right.
So that's where I just think, like you said, like I said, if you just be yourself, bro.
You can't lose.
You can't lose because you happy with yourself. I feel like
if
once
you lose, it's not true.
Yeah,
like, you got to get out.
I'm telling you,
you got to get
happy
out.
with yourself, you already won.
You already won.
Everything else
it starts with you, though, right?
Everything else that comes with it is a reward.
Right. Okay. Bet. But it starts with you.
It starts with you as an artist, man. Yeah. It starts with you as an artist.
Okay, so let's talk.
That's why I'm not even tripping about where I'm at right now because I'm happy where I'm at. I know the true fans is there. And
that's the foundation, though.
Exactly.
The true fans is the foundation.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people like they forget about that. The most successful artists aren't your top Billboard 100, whatever, but they're successful in the sense that they got a true foundation.
Exactly. Like,
and they create.
Just with a quick example, I look at that artist, Lee Chopper. You feel me?
Bro, I was actually going to bring him up. I was going to bring him up because he went from I'm a shoot it down.
Yeah, I fuck with him heavy. For one, shout out to my homie because he linked up with him and he produced. Actually, came a lot. Shout out to Fresh Does It, but like just watching him as an artist to realize that I got the fame and stuff, but I'm more so happy with myself as an artist that I know myself. You feel me? That's true love and that's true foundation. Yeah. And look, if you didn't notice, his music might not did all the sales the first week.
He already said
but
that.
I guarantee that his success. I would guarantee you that his success would be longevity.
It's streamlining.
Because his fans will get used to it.
Drum set, turn up.
because his fans would get used to him being like that. You feel me?
Yeah. So that's a fact though. Like that's funny that you brought that up, man, because that's one of the first things I thought about when I thought about you as an artist, right?
Yeah.
Being woke, whatever, conscious, like really know what's going on, right?
Right.
Like I noticed that about you right off the rip, right? So like that was one of the artists that came to mind. I was like, yo, NLE Chopper, like yo, he went from this to that. Like it was a complete 360. But like check it, like he accepted it though.
Definitely accepted, and if I'm not mistaken, I think his first week of sales on his new, new mentality, being himself.
It was very low than he expected.
I think it was like 6K, but like I said, music like that lasts longevity.
Longevity.
It's about longevity. It's not about, because a person can sell 20K or 45K in their first week and then not sell none next week. Well, what's that when you can sell 5K this week, 5K the next week, 5K, and continuously build up.
Okay. Yeah. So now that we're into the music, right?
Definitely.
So we're gonna talk about the music and when it all started, right? So we're gonna go all the way back to last September. We're gonna go all the way back to like 2015.
Oh shit!
Right?
Last September.
So we back, right? We got last September. We got Kingdom, right? We got Kingdom. We got Bright Ideas. We got Kingdom 2, right?
Shit.
Like last September 2015, man. Like walk me through. I just like this is important, bro.
Right.
This is important, right?
Very.
So like musically, like putting something together, full project, right? So like 2015. Am I wrong or right?
Oh, you're definitely correct. Okay. That was the year that I was graduating.
Bet. So before we get into that, right?
Right.
What can we transition into that 2015 moment?
Before that, I dropped one single. Right. It was called "I Want to Know."
Right.
And I dropped that. I was actually under a label, Doe Street Entertainment, that was in Chicago, which they had LA Capone and E-Day 600 on their label at the time. And basically, that was my first single, was "I Want to Know." And that's, like I said, that's when the people was like, yo, you got the gift.
You got the gift.
You got the gift.
You got the it factor.
Let's push you. That's before I was Dom 2 times. My rapper name was just Dominic.
Right.
I was just me, Dominic, you feel me?
Right.
Or Lil Blaze, even Lil Blaze.
You was a Lil Blaze?
I was my rapper.
Lil Blaze. Lil
my
Dominic,
first
Lil
rap
Blaze.
name was Lil Blaze, man.
Lil Blaze?
Lil Blaze.
I would have never guessed that.
It was Lil Blaze, and then when I got with that label, they was like, yo, we gotta come over to catch you more name or whatever. So I was like, keep me Dominic, because I want everything that's me come to me.
Yeah.
So like, but yeah, before I got to last September, my first single was "I Want to Know." Had Princess Nawisa in it, who was on tour with Mindless Behavior at the time. They was, you feel me? She was on tour with Mindless Behavior in them. So that's really what transition inspired before that. It was just like that, and I had the perfect video and everything. I started getting like buzz around them. It was like, yo, this kid got the talent and stuff. But then I started getting older, and I realized that the music and "I Want to Know" was more, because they wanted to focus on me being more of a kid idol, because I was
idol.
I was only 15, 16 when I shot that. So
you started at 7, 15, transitioned into Kingdom. You was in this process of like trying to figure things out.
Yeah, like I was 15. This before I came up with Kingdom. I was like that's when 15, 16 was more me trying to figure out what music I like, what artists I like,
and who was those artists?
At the time, it was Drake. Drake was my number one inspiration. It was Drake, just because he was able to sing on his tracks. It was Drake, Wale.
Yes, sir.
Lupe Fiasco.
Shout out to Wale. Shout out to Lupe. Kick Push.
Cole World. The new next king. Of course. I can never forget him.
Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, it was just like I got more woke with him.
Yes, sir.
And then Childish Gambino.
Yes, sir.
Childish Gambino.
Influences.
So like they was more into my lane, because I like how they was able to like kind of melodize and stuff. And then.
But still rap.
Yeah, last September, it transitioned there because I started going through real more events. It was during the transition where I was moving from a boy to a man.
Right.
I got kicked out the house when I was 17. So that after I got
17.
Kicked out the house when I was 17,
yes,
man.
Sir.
I never forget. It was like my last day of my junior year too.
Yeah.
So like
it hit you.
Hit me.
It hit you.
Yeah, like, you know, me and Mom, we was kind of bumping heads at the time, and I got kicked out. And I didn't want to go to my dad's roof because I was living there when I was 15, 14, and that's how I ended up back with Mom, because I was like, nah, I want to be grown, have my own shit. So like when I got 17, after 17, 18, I lived with Granny. And when I say Granny didn't have no couch or nothing at the time. Granny was trying to make it away. And I was sleeping on the floor.
And this is when you was breaking into your first project.
Breaking into my first project, bro. I ended up getting my first job. My first job was at Chuck E. Cheese. You feel me? Matter of fact, it wasn't even Chuck E. Cheese. I was at a nursing home.
Okay.
At a nursing home.
Okay.
I was at a nursing home
because I'm trying to get to the through the struggle vibe.
Yeah. So like I was at a nursing home first, and then my first job actually was at Chuck E. Cheese, which I was making so much money there. I ain't gonna lie.
Chuck E. Cheese.
You would be surprised. Like I can't.
Hold on. Chuck E. Cheese. We making bread at Chuck E. Cheese?
That's how, okay, for anybody that don't know, that's how last September was
came about
off of Chuck E. Cheese. Like,
you heard it here first, because I didn't know that.
So, like, I'm not proud of it, but, like,
be proud of it,
I was in the streets as well. So what I did was, anybody that comes to Chuck E. Cheese, I was a party host. So I was hosting for the kids. They parents, you can kind of tell whether them parents, like, you know, they smoke a little weed or they, you feel me?
Yeah.
So like there I was like, yo, you know, I was on my hustling mentality. I was like, yo, if you smoke weed, I gotta, you feel me, take care of the parents, because they be stressed out during the day with you feel me?
Yeah.
And my job is to make sure they don't stress out.
Right.
So you feel me? I'm getting tipped off of the tables. I'm getting tipped just like, yo, give me a, you feel me? Woo. So off of that, and then like I was hustling, bro. I say like kids like, yo, I need extra tickets. Like parents like, I need tickets for my kids. I need tokens.
So it was really. It was a humble. I feel like that's a humbling experience.
I made $750 an hour.
$750,
but would come home with about $800 a week.
Hey, toast to that.
I ain't even got nowhere with the wine.
Hey, where the wine at? We out.
Man, we out. It's cool.
Next
time we get thrown this bit, but like So it was more.
So bro, so like okay, so that's actually cool, man. And I wanted to touch on that, man, because I know like with a lot of artists, like true artists, it stems from like something deeper. Something deeper than what people really know what's going on. So you sharing that story makes sense, right? So we go into last September, right?
Right.
And then it's like, yo, you had the Chuck E. Cheese job, 2015. Making bread, right?
I was happy living at Granny house,
right?
We ended up getting a couch. I was like, I ain't sleeping on the floor anymore.
Yeah, I'm on the couch.
But I got the pull-out couch.
Right. So then Kingdom drops. Kingdom drops what next 2 years?
So
next 2 years, 2017.
So after last September, started doing some streets and stuff. Got my notice, got recognition down there. I lost my brother. This is
in the city.
Yeah, in the city.
Recognition where?
In Indianapolis. So I'm about 18 at the time. I'm working.
What type of recognition though?
As far as he's here. Like he's really about his music, because there's so many people trying to do music, but I was such a young nigga, demanded attention. You know, there's so many niggas that was about 16, 17 trying to rap, but who's really, really, really trying to be about that? Like at the end of the day, who's really trying to follow up? Right. So I was becoming that. You feel me? Around the city.
And this was from last September to Kingdom.
Last September to Kingdom.
So that 2-year gap.
Yeah, that
you was really putting on.
I was really putting on, pushing last September.
Right.
I ended up moving to Ohio. It was funny because that first year I was pushing September. Right. Then I ended up losing my brother. I lost my brother about like before the school year ended up with, and then really it's my cousin, but that's my brother. Right. I ended up losing him, and then after that, that's changed my mindset. Like music was off. I was off on music for a second. I had to regroup and recuperate.
This was in the gap?
This was in between the gap, yeah. After I dropped the project, I'm like, damn, like, I lost my brother. I don't know what to do. Right. You feel me? Because I never expect, like, you don't realize how much somebody affects you until
they're gone.
So after that, I was like, yo, back home is getting too bad because they just took my brother. I got to go because they know, you feel me? Right. I'm close to my brother. I don't even know what their situation was. Right. So I ended up, like, I was working at UPS as a second job. I was still working at Chuck E. Cheese, but got UPS as a second job.
Still doing the music.
I kind of took a step back from music. I was pushing it. I kind of took a step back because I was Twitter famous, so it's like I had to keep.
How'd you get Twitter?
I got Twitter fame from skits, man.
From skits,
yeah. Like around the time before my music popped up, I was known. Yeah, like before, like.
So I was trying to figure that part out.
Yeah, so like I've been. Like music, it's like I wasn't poppy because everybody know like, oh, that's just my friend from high school. They be rapping and shit.
Right.
Then when I went Vine, like famous on Vine and Twitter, because I post comedy skits, and it wasn't even supposed to be comedy. Like it was just me doing something like I ain't even think it was
Twitter
gonna be funny.
Vine.
Twitter and Vine, they both blew up.
And it was nothing music related.
Nothing music at all related. So so like it was hard to track.
Because I saw that you. I think you said it on the struggle joint.
When I was famous.
Yeah,
I was famous.
Yeah,
you feel me? Like I said,
I was tapping into that.
That's literally how we was tapping in with the
happen?
artists. Like we was tapping in with a bunch of famous people, but it wasn't even for the music. You feel me?
Okay.
So like, I got to a point in my life where I just wanted to focus on music. I don't want to do comedy.
So when was that point?
After I lost my brother. That's where, cause I didn't find shit funny anymore. I went through so much.
You took life serious.
I took life serious.
How serious?
Serious to the point where, like, I kind of, like I said, I lost touch with a lot of people. You know, I kind of lost touch with my best friend. I lost touch with my mother, you know, even after our situation.
Right.
I lost touch with, you know, just close people, friends and stuff, because I was at a point where I felt like I was alone and I needed to figure that out by myself.
Right.
I didn't feel like I got to a point where I was like, I can't cry to everybody.
Right.
So during that time, you know, I stopped writing for a second and I moved to Arizona. I moved to Ohio.
Right.
I'm in Ohio.
Yep.
I'm trying to go for basketball. You feel me? Because I'm like, maybe music ain't it. Maybe I should go back to basketball after everything that happened to my brother.
Right.
So I go back into basketball. I tear my ACL. I go to a community college.
So you went to Ohio.
I went to Ohio as an escape route. So like what I did was, because I didn't want to just go to Ohio without no plan, I decided to apply for a community college that I knew had a good basketball team, because I was still playing basketball. Right. Because I had dropped out of basketball that year.
So that was your escape.
Yeah, that was
basketball
my escape.
Was trying to get you out of there.
That was trying to get me
out of that real life moment.
Yeah, so like I went down there, and like I said, music was not my focus at all. At all. You know, because I always heard growing up from Indiana, it was like the music gonna always be there, learn the business or something like that. You feel me? So I knew my music was there, but I wanted to focus on basketball at the time just to get it off from my brother. Right. So while I was playing basketball, I ended up tearing my ACL, and then while I was down, I was depressed as hell, bro. You know.
So when this happened, we was just at Kingdom.
That's honestly what brought Kingdom, my depression from it. Cause everything I was going through, cause I didn't get to elaborate how as much as how I moved. I didn't get to talk about that, cause like in last September I was just talking about I was going through Indiana. I didn't talk about how I moved from Indiana to Ohio and didn't have nowhere to live. I was homeless. You feel me? I didn't talk about my ACL, you know, me tearing my knee, and that took my dreams. Like my dreams was to play ball before I became a rapper. Oh yeah. So like that, and I tore it twice. So you can only imagine Kingdom. The project was done, but I added more after I tore my ACL the second time.
It was a 2-year gap, right?
Yeah. So like, no, I mean, for us the ACL injury, no.
No, the project layout.
The project, yeah. The project layout, it took about a year and a half too. So after I tore my ACL and everything, it was just more so like I'm gonna get back on this music to invent. Right. Cause I don't know, bro. It's just when it comes to music, I don't be like, I'm trying to be a rapper. It's just like, it's my escape. I don't know. It's foreign to me. It's more so, this how you vent and get all your anger out. I don't punch walls. I don't fight. You feel me?
I'm cool.
So it's the way I cope. So and even on the struggle video, you literally see me on the couch taking my medication pills.
Oh no, we're gonna talk about the struggle video.
You feel me? So during Kingdom, that's literally how the Kingdom became, and it was all about my struggle.
So that's where it all started.
That's literally how Kingdom.
That's a solid story, bro.
Yeah, that's literally how Kingdom started.
So then we went from Kingdom to Bright Ideas.
Bright Ideas was honestly, that's where I was still kind of lost figuring out who I am. Yeah. Because during that depression, I'm like, yo, I speak my story on Kingdom, and people, I was getting the buzz, but it's funny because I look back now, if I would have kept the same dedication.
As far as what same dedication?
The same dedication as pushing it and feel like, yo, people listen to me.
So when was that last dedication?
Man, that last dedication for Kingdom, like I said, I didn't realize that.
I
didn't realize that now till working on Kingdom 3. But I'm just saying, like, looking back at that, like, I didn't know that I had lost dedication to promoting that album. And that's my real story.
Right.
I feel like since I was promoting it and since I've been Twitter famous and Vine famous, I expect people to hop right on it.
And so you were looking for another. Like
I was looking for more.
Another viral moment.
Yeah, and it didn't happen. I think that's why I got disappointed instead of realizing, like, yo, you won just by the dedicated and loyal people that you have that's listening to it, that's telling people.
Right.
You feel me? So
instead of sticking to that, your focus was somewhere else.
I jumped into Bright Ideas. If you listen to Bright Ideas, there's no conscious music except for the last track.
Yeah, there isn't. Yeah. So, but then you went to Kingdom 2.
I went to Kingdom 2.
So Kingdom 2, that was the next year.
Kingdom 2 was me
next
actually.
Year.
Honestly, Kingdom 2 is where I found myself.
Okay. I could tell.
My girlfriend actually challenged me. You feel me?
Yeah.
She said, I hear you telling your story as far as Kingdom. You
right.
feel me? But maybe you need to go a little bit more detail into it. Let the people actually understand, because certain people go through certain situations that's relatable, but they don't go to it deep and to explain how they actually felt, what they went through, to be like, oh damn, I went through that.
So how important is that as an artist? Because I mean, like,
that's really important, because
I appreciate that type of.
Your main goal as an artist is to tell your story, but still connect with the fans. That's the main goal. And I had lost that goal during that transition after Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And during, like I said, during Bright Ideas and that mixtape Trash, you feel me?
Right.
Kingdom 2 brought me back to that, because it was like I said, my girl challenged me. She was like, I hear you good at still touring. You're a J. Cole. You feel me? You remind me of J. Cole a little bit, but the thing that separates y'all is...
That's the biggest thing I noticed about you, because like J. Cole is like my guy. That's like my artist. Like you can't tell me nothing about J. Cole, right? Like that's like, he speaks to me, right?
Right.
So like, when I listen to somebody like that, and I truly like tap into somebody like that, and then like to discover somebody like you, and then feel that same kind of energy, that says a lot. You feel me?
Hey, that just got me a little.
No, I'm just saying, fam. I'm just being real, but like that's the same type of vibe that I got when I first discovered you. I was like, yo, like he's giving me that like the conscious, woke, whatever. Like that's dead, right?
Right.
But like I'm talking storytelling. I'm talking like really going through it, like being a part of that experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like putting it out there for you to feel it.
Yeah, definitely.
And to hear that from you, I was just like, yo, it makes like, you know, it makes sense, right? So that's when we get in. That was what? That's what
Kingdom
2.
Kingdom 2.
And then you breaking into it.
If you honestly,
and you didn't look back.
If you listen to the intro on Kingdom 2 that says freedom, that says free down.
Yeah.
It's basically like. Yeah.
Hold on. Tell them we gotta explain that. Hold on. Tap in.
So if anybody don't realize, Kingdom stands for King Dom. When I created Kingdom 2, I started my project with the intro, and the intro was called Freedom, which means free Dom. And it was basically meaning like me freeing myself and being open to my artistry. You feel me? And being able to be free and tell my story and not be scared of what the results is at all, you know. Mm-hmm. That's why I learned like be freedom. Like me being stuck in that mentality, like I need to make this and that type of music, or this was trendy and stuff. You are locked in. You're in prison to the entertainment. You feel me? You're in prison. You're not even your real self.
Right.
So like, you feel me? With freedom, it was like, yo, I'm free. And I literally vented about everything as far as my problems before I talked about the project. I talked about how I thought my girl was going to leave me, and how like my biggest fear is me chasing my dreams right now, you know, and not knowing where I'm going to go.
Right.
You know, but I talked about things, how I felt while I was free. Right. I said I'm more wiser. You feel me? I got tired of people making mistakes and taking my kindness for a weakness. You feel me? So like that's the thing.
Okay.
So that's why I said Kingdom 2 opened up. Okay.
So look, we broke it down. That's how I wanted to do it. I wanted to break it down. Right. We went from last September to Kingdom 2.
Right.
I just wanted to break it down real quick, just like to let people know what's up. Right.
Definitely.
Right. So we're gonna talk about now. Right. We're gonna talk about right now.
Right now.
Right.
Let's get it.
But before. Before it's
been through some shit.
Man, I feel it, bro. I listen, bro. I listen. So before we get into right now, just think about everything that's happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? Prior, right? Like beforehand, whatever. And tell the people what's next. And so we're gonna tell the people about what's next. Why it's titled what it is, right? Yeah. And then like what they can expect from it, bro. Because I've heard it.
Yeah, you heard
I already know what's up. I already know what's up. I ain't gonna speak on that. This is for you to speak on it, bro. What's next? What's titled? And then we'll go from there.
Right now, what I'm working on is Kingdom 3.
Yeah.
It's like,
Kingdom 3.
Kingdom 3. The trilogy.
The trilogy.
I decided to go with Kingdom 3 because, like I said, I felt like with the Kingdom series was me being more real with myself as an artist and putting that type of music out.
Right.
What you can expect from Kingdom 3 is, like I said, just more storytelling, but more be able to relate. I tell you a little bit what I rap about, but it's y'all choice to go listen to it. I talk about me going through a situation with my girlfriend where me and my girlfriend wasn't in a relationship at the time, but we still, talk. And I got another individual pregnant, knowing that I wanted to be with my girl, wanted to work something out. I talk about that situation. Right. I also talk about me and my best friend's relationship. You feel me? How we was like best friends, ride or die, this and that. And then we went from that to, we barely talk today.
Right.
I speak on that. I also speak on women's rights. You feel me?
Talk about that.
It's a song called Brenda. Brenda basically kind of remind me of Pop. Talking about like Brenda got a baby.
Are we talking titles?
That's the title of the song. It's called Brenda.
Brenda. Okay.
So basically, the reason I wrote that song was more so I had encountered a female friend who she told me her story, right?
Right.
And it was funny because in my mind, you see her on Instagram and you see all this, but then when she told me her story, she was telling me why she act the way she is and stuff. It's because, she went through abuse, she went through domestic violence, she went through, she seen her mother go through certain situations that in her mind she felt like was okay when in all reality it's not as a male. So it was certain situations like that. You feel me? That made me kind of talk about Brenda and more so on it.
Yo, we had a brief intermission, but we back.
Yes, sir.
Last time we talked, Brenda.
Yep.
Women's rights.
Right.
Women's rights. Kingdom 3.
Let's get it.
Kingdom 3.
Yes, sir.
Let's pick off where we left off.
Basically, before we went to the break, we was talking about Brenda 3. So Brenda 3 is a track from my project that talks about like women's rights, and the way the song came upon is because I was talking to a young lady who I was talking to at the time, this individual, and she was telling me her story. So I was actually listening. She was telling me about why the way she act, why she do things she do. Like she was a stripper. She said, she went through abuse. Right. She went through domestic violence. She seen her mother go through it. And it just hit me like, damn, that remind me a little bit of what Pac was talking about with Brenda. You feel me? When Brenda gonna having the baby, but let's talk about when Brenda has the baby, what the baby gonna experience.
Right.
So that's what made me go name the track Brenda, because it kind of remind me of Pac, but mostly, like I said, the track was talking about women's rights, like how women think the way they are, but that doesn't make them any less of a queen.
Right.
You feel me? They went through a certain situation that just brought them to a point that helps them bounce back even higher. You feel me? Kind of like how we all do through our lives when I was talking about the depression point.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I made the track Brenda. That was just about women's rights. I talk about, I got a track on there, Stepdad. I'll talk about my relationship.
Yeah, talk about the stepdad. The stepdad is actually real, fam. Cause bro, we all been through it, bro. Yeah. I've been through it. I'm gonna say it right now. I've been through it. I ain't gonna cap to you, bro. Man. Like I've been through it, and like the stepdad process is real, right? Because it's like, yo, there's a man that's trying to step in the place of like a lost one, right?
Right.
And it's like, yo, how do I nurture and care and take care of this child as if it's my own? That's like that's serious.
Just a quick brief about the whole stepdad. It was about me. Of course, growing up, we always had problems with our stepchild.
Right.
But this was me talking from a standpoint, trying to look from his standpoint, or trying to at least trying to understand. Cause like I'm not gonna sit here and lie, act like he was great, cause he wasn't. You feel me?
Right.
My stepdad wasn't the best stepdad. Me and him didn't have a great relationship at all. But I decided to take back and step aside from a third point standpoint, point of perspective, you know, and try to figure out, maybe why he made the decisions he made. Why he might have two choices in certain situations that he does that affects, his wife and her kids. But now when I made that song, I started to finally understand why he does the things that he does.
So let me ask you this: what made you take that step and jumping in his shoes? Because a lot of people don't do that. They don't jump it like let me see it from your perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't take that leap or that step of like, let me understand it from your perspective. That's actually that's real, right? So you made a whole track in his perspective. Basically
in his perspective. And even on the second verse, I talk about myself going through a situation. I necessarily haven't went through a situation, which I have talked to someone who had a son, you feel me?
Right.
But I never been in a relationship with one, so I decided to just try to get an idea of what it was. And that was basically, I decided to do that to get more of an understanding and a more of a peace within my own mind. Because like it was other things in life that I was experiencing that he used to tell me about.
Right.
And I'd be like, oh no, like I don't agree, I don't understand, you feel me? I actually ended up going through it.
Right.
You feel me? But the thing is, the difference between us was I made a decision that was right.
Right.
Than making a selfish decision that was for myself.
Okay.
So, that's kind of where the song comes from, because, I know we judge a lot of people, but at the same time, we got to be open and woke to their situation and kind of understand it, because we don't really know the full story until we actually be inside of it.
Right.
So that's what made me make that song. It wasn't more so to diss him. It was more so to get an understanding, kind of like with the song Best Friends and the song I made for my mom. It's called Dear Mama.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that one, because I heard that one, and that was different.
That one's different. Everybody talking about the Dear Mama.
Dear Mama.
The Dear
so
Mama.
Obviously that's inspired.
Yeah, it's inspired by Pac, of course, far as title Dear Mama. But the inspiration was to come from a letter me speaking to my mom, because I feel like when we talk to our parents, they don't necessarily still understand what we talk about.
Right.
When we talk on their situation that they're going through.
Yeah.
From our perspective, because we're kids.
Right.
So I decided to talk from it. Writing in a letter form, Dear Mama. Dear Mama wasn't me dissing my mom or anything like that. I don't care what anything or the rumors try to say. It wasn't that at all. It was speaking to my mama to understand that, we don't have a good enough relationship because of the partner that you have in your life, which was my stepdad.
Yeah.
So
that was a situation.
Yeah, that was a whole situation.
Like you gotta figure that out.
Like they've been together since they was together since I was in 7th grade.
Right.
And I had to explain to her, like, I wasn't always a problem child like you think I was.
It was more than that.
I acted a certain way to try to defend you.
Right.
In certain ways you thought it was disrespectful to him.
Right.
But I was just trying to defend you and help you.
Right.
And
you said that did you say that in the struggle? What track? What track was
too deep for the intro?
That's it, bro. Too deep for the intro, bro.
Yeah.
That's it, bro. You said it.
I said I never vibed out with my stepdad because I wasn't fucking with him. I always felt that father figure image wasn't with him. I think about that time when he choked you and you had hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel me? Just seeing shit like that.
That's a real life story.
I ain't gonna get too deep into the lyrics because y'all gotta check the song out.
Yeah.
Like just for the most
too
part,
deep for the intro.
It's too deep because like honestly on my intro on Kingdom 3, I literally lay out everything. But I feel like that track was just it's kind of too deep. Yeah. Honestly, my mama heard the track and she was like, we stopped. I wouldn't say stop talking for a while, but like. She backed off on me for a minute.
It brought us to realization.
It's a realization. When I realized the truth hurts. You feel me?
Oh, it does.
But I feel like even though it hurts, it covers a lot of wounds and it heals a lot of wounds.
Facts.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it came down with Stepmom. And then the rest of the project, man, is just, you know, the rest of the stuff we go into normal life. You feel me?
So, so what can say to the fans?
Yeah.
The Down 2 Times fans.
Right.
The real fans.
The real
the
fans.
Baseline, like the foundation fans.
Yes, sir.
Like, what can they expect? Like, what can you tell them? Like, yo, like, be excited for this.
Y'all can expect me. That's literally what I can say. But the thing is, I'm not holding anything back.
Nothing.
You feel me? From Kingdom 1 to Kingdom 2, I feel like y'all learned a little bit about me, but I didn't get too deep into it. I feel like I still was protecting something.
Yeah.
And the reason I was protecting it just for me from an artist individual is because, like, I was scared to tell my story, thinking about other individual feelings and stuff like that.
Right.
But then when I came to myself, realized I'm not dissing them or anything like that at all. Or, you know, they might feel some type of way, but it's the truth. And the truth will set you free, my guy. You feel me?
Oh, it's that simple. It's that simple.
Freedom.
It's that freedom. 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 Freedom.
The truth
Freedom.
will set you free. And honestly, bro, that's what really catches attention, man. That's what really get your fans in the numbers of the truth.
Let's talk about setting you free, bruh.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. So we're gonna talk about. So one thing that I appreciate, man, is an independent artist.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason being is because they stay true. They stay true to themselves, right?
Yeah.
And like one thing I notice about you is that you always stay true to yourself, right? Like you've told your story. You've down 2 times and that's it. You're gonna get down 2 times, right? Like that's what I've noticed, like tapping in with like your process, right? So let's talk about where you at now, right?
Right.
So where the people can expect is Kingdom 3, okay?
Kingdom
right?
3,
They expecting that.
Yeah, 2020.
Are we dropping a date or no?
We're not gonna drop a date just yet, but just expect it 2021.
Early, mid, late?
I would early for sure.
Early. You heard it here first.
I will let y'all know now. The project is done.
It's done. I heard the project.
It's all about the way to approach it to make sure y'all get the right attention and the right exposure.
Right. Okay. So Kingdom 3 on the way. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
So talk about Dom 2 Times, the artist, right?
Yeah.
Where you at musically?
Okay.
Where you at independently?
Okay.
In that process.
So
what's up?
Dom 2 times. Me, just myself.
Yeah.
Honestly, y'all see me. I'm in Arizona. You feel me? I'm here. What I did was
hold on. What does Arizona mean to you?
Arizona means
you here.
It's like a comfort zone for me to find myself. I've been literally, when I say find myself, I traveled to different states, but Arizona really has been the completion to really figure out what I want to do in life. So what's my direction? Why does Arizona give you that feel? Arizona gave me that feeling because it was like a restart. I wasn't back home in Indiana. Right. And even when I was in Ohio, you feel me? I had made enough of a name established there. Right. They knew me for who I was. Right. Now when I came down here, I started getting clarity. I started figuring out artistry, who I am. Mm-hmm. One place that really gave me that was Poetic Soul, with Cosmic. Cosmic runs Poetic Soul. Shout out to my guy Cosmic. Shout out to Cosmic. It's an open mic. It's not necessarily a show or performance, but it was showing that dedicated fans compared to back home that's listening to your hype shit, that just want to hear that. Right. When I came down here, I realized people really listen to my stories. I didn't perform none of my hype shit. Yeah. So me doing that, it's like, like I said, it helped me find me. So the Arizona appreciate Dom as in Dom 2 times as in you. I feel like they appreciate me as in me, but the thing is they never experienced an artist who really coming down here telling relocating. Are you talking about relocating or no? Even the people who live here. Yeah. It's just, that's why I say it's special people in the artistry who's not scared to tell their story. So do you feel Dom 2 times that people in AZ has appreciated you? Definitely, and you know why? Because my guy right here is a clear example. Mm-hmm. You know, one of the people that from day one, since I got down here, since he reached out, he was one person that reached out to me and was like, "Yo, I appreciate you as an artist." Period. And even from there on, like when I performed at DJ Pest, I believe that's his name. DJ Pest, he had like a little thing going on in Tempe where the winner of the contest won this and that.
Yeah.
When I came down here, the first show that I did was on a major platform, which was the Arizona Hip Hop
So
show.
time out. When did you come out here?
I came down here September 1st. That's literally exactly, and that was
2019?
2019, the day that Kingdom 3 dropped. I mean, Kingdom 2 dropped.
And we linked up 2020.
About like
February,
during
March?
the quarantine? Yeah, during
March.
quarantine.
No, pre.
It was
March.
literally before they closed everything.
Yeah, March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We linked up before that time. So like I said, Arizona brought more people who was willing to listen to what I had to say.
Right.
Instead of, oh, he's not the trend right now. So like,
So Arizona, AZ, right?
Yeah.
So you were born in Indianapolis, Indiana, right?
Born in Indianapolis.
You've lived in Ohio,
Correct.
Columbus, right?
Yeah.
And then now you here.
Mm-hmm.
So Indy, that's home. That's home.
It's home,
right?
I love home, but
So now you here. You starting a new life, right?
here.
So
This is home as well. This is home as well.
bet.
Yeah, it's like though here, it's like they're really making me home because they're making me feel welcome.
How
Home-
so?
Indiana was home because I was born there and I live
Bet.
there, and it's what I'm used to.
Right. Okay.
Arizona is something I'm not used to, but they're welcoming. They're like, yo, the music that you make and everything, we're more interested into that. We're more want to learn in what you do.
Right.
The way I approach everything, I'm very a low-key artist, you feel
Right.
me?
You are
I really am.
talented though.
Yeah, talented
Talented
like,
though.
And the reason why is because I want to work on myself as a person. And it's like in Indiana, they more so on, are you on social media? Are you on doing this? Are you popping? It's not
Right.
about, yo, what are you doing to help yourself as an artist?
Right.
And it's like Arizona gave me that opportunity. It was like, yo, I want to know what you're doing around here because I don't know what the music scene is like, and I'm not going to comment on it too much. But I'm just saying, I know for a fact it's not too many artists that made it out of here. And when they see artists like me
Right.
come up, it's like, okay, what does he have to talk about? They're doing what they do to every artist. It's just like,
So let
I'm
me ask
actually answering the questions correct.
Let me ask you this: do you feel the appreciation here in Arizona?
To be honest, I feel the appreciation. It just, I'm gonna be honest, COVID stopped a lot of things.
Minus that.
Before COVID, I was on a great road.
Okay, cool.
Like, y'all be the first to hear this. Y'all the first to hear this. In February, this is the reason why I say I'm gonna wait for my project.
Yeah.
In February or January, depending on when I choose, Cosmic actually reached out to me.
Cosmic who?
Cosmic is the owner and he runs Poetic Soul. Poetic Soul is an event down here that happens every Wednesday night, which is an open mic, which has 500 plus crowd every single week. And that's how you get your name up. 500 people.
Right.
Before that, it was an artist. Shout out to my homie PK the poet. PK was featured on that platform, and he grew his fan base. And he was the most featured artist. He got on there like 2 or 3 times. His platform built, where he was able to leave Chicago, get a fan there, and come back home and know he was good. He's here now. You feel me? I want to get to that point. So like, Cosmic had reached out to me recently, and it's funny because when I moved down here, I reached out to Cosmic. I was like, how can I be instead of just a person that's signing up for...
I hear Cosmic, and I think like the Cosmic magazine, like Cosmetology. What's the female joint?
I know what you're talking
about. Magazine.
Nah, Cosmic is
that's
like,
a whole different thing.
It's like it's spelled with a Q though. It's not with no C.
Q. Oh, okay, yeah.
So I was like, yeah, but like, nah, like I said, with him, it was basically like he gave me the platform. He was like, yo, I have this platform that, yes, you come here and perform every week, right? But the fans started loving me so much, started asking for me more. They started asking, yo, I want to hear more Dom music because we're only allowed to perform one song.
And this is in AZ.
It's in AZ, Phoenix, Arizona, 702 North Central downtown.
Turn on.
Club downtown. But yeah, so like I said, off that platform, that's how I created my fan base in Arizona. Like literally. Everyone saw my performances or they saw my music and word got around like, yo, this guy performed at this place I went to and he sounds pretty good.
Yeah, so my thing is, right, we talked about this already. Arizona, right? Talented artists.
Very talented. I know.
Talented artists. So you told me, you was like, yo, like, the biggest thing about Arizona artists is like, yo, the biggest thing about Arizona artists is that, like, yo, like, everybody that's from Arizona, represent Arizona as an artist,
right,
is from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Is that the stigma?
It's kind of like that. Hold on real quick. Just had to fix that. But it...
How much?
Hour. Okay.
We can cut this out. Hour? Yeah, you know. Hey, we're gonna close out in like 20.
So, can you repeat the question again?
So, like, yo, so we talk about Arizona artists, right?
Right.
And we talked about it earlier, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, yo, Arizona, it's like, yo, very talented artists, right?
Right, correct.
Okay. So, but you were like, yo, these artists, they streamline from somewhere else. Like, yo, Chicago, like Florida, Atlanta, like Cali, like they streamline from somewhere else, but they live here now.
Yeah.
So like the stigma is like, it's bad though, cause like, yo, there's talented artists in Arizona, but they're not from here.
It's so many talented artists in Arizona, but everybody want to be the first. That's one thing.
Why?
And that's why I had to learn back in Indiana.
Why?
With that mentality, nobody never wins.
No.
Nobody never wins.
No.
So that's the one thing I peeped. It was everybody. Somebody wants to be the first to do this and that. When we all
the first as in what though?
Exactly.
Like y'all all doing the same thing. Y'all don't create it. Y'all making music.
Y'all don't understand. When Chicago came up with Chief Keef and stuff like that or whatever, and they say, "Oh, he the first to this and that." Drill. Y'all look at artists like Dirk.
Right.
And like the people, like even Reese just decided, yo, music what I do, but that ain't, that ain't really what I do.
Right.
But Dirk is a great example of somebody he brought along with him.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
That expanded, got King Von and got more Phoenix area. Not Phoenix, but like got more people in that area. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So it's like, I don't know why it's like Arizona hasn't hit that yet to realize like, yo, once we all to come together, and even if one artist is hot as I am, like to be real, I keep it real, bro. What's his name?
Keep it real.
Tariq or whatever.
Tariq Trotter.
Yeah.
Tariq.
Yeah, the dude that was on the Netflix thing. Talik or what's his name?
Netflix.
He was on Rhythm and Flow.
Oh, D-Smoke.
Talik Amani or something like that.
D-Smoke?
Nah, not D-Smoke. I know D-Smoke. It's a dude from Arizona. Who went on to Netflix, Talik Amani, I think that's believe. I believe that's his name. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
If I mess up, I apologize, brother.
Yeah.
But the whole reason why I said that is because like an artist like him, why not we all come together and try to work with him?
So is that the problem with AZ?
I feel like that's the problem. They look at it and be like, oh, he almost about to make it, so let me try to do something. Instead of be like, yo, bro, just got on Netflix and in front of Chance, the rapper, and T.I. and stuff like that. Let me not try and work with him. We all make something.
So is it a lack of collaboration?
It's a lack of. I would say a lack of collaboration, but it's a lack. It's not even a lack. It's just like we gotta stop being selfish, bro. We gotta stop being selfish.
Arizona.
That's where I come from. I'm from Indiana, and we like the only person we could proudly be like, oh, it's from Indiana is Michael Jackson, bro. You feel me? And we got artists from Indiana that's blowing up, that's out, like Mark Battles.
Right.
Nobody, like, you feel me?
Right.
But it's like back home, it's weird. They don't talk about Mark Battles because he did it his own individual self. You feel me?
But so that's my biggest thing, bro. My biggest thing is like really trying to understand like what's going on in the state of Arizona, right?
Right.
Because like me personally, like I'm tapping in, bro. Like I see there's very talented artists that comes from the state of Arizona, right?
Right.
So like,
it's just about everybody.
You're one of them. Bro. You live here.
I live here.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, like kind of when we talked about it earlier. Hollywood asked me this question, and he asked me kind of like, "What artists have you worked out here with?" And I had to sit and actually think. That's crazy. Because I've been out here for a year, and I
kind of said nobody.
I work with like Samira Sin. I got her on my project. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
But artist-wise, I haven't really worked with artist-wise. Like, I work with Zoe. Zoe, Dope for Sale. That's our production team.
Shout out to Zoe.
Shout out to Zoe.
Zoe get you on the keys.
I'm a part of a production team called Dope for Sale.
Right.
And that wasn't even off of the rapping part. That was more of the production part.
Right.
And it's like, it was so easy to come like that and work. And we've been doing these things like 12 a.m. placements, 6 a.m. placements, 1 a.m. placements, going crazy. Then the artistry, I try, and it's funny because I reached out to artists and tried to work with them. I tried to work with them, and it was like they didn't respond because they was either okay with the people that they was working with, or they just didn't know me, you know, because
So are they not expanding?
They're not expanding because they feel like if I don't know you, you don't got nothing to offer. Instead of me like, I don't know you, let me see what you have to offer.
Why is it like that?
To be real, I just feel like that's just a human being mentality, man. I feel like we're not open. We need to open our minds up. That's what the people call woke is. They're open to whatever God or anything the universe throws to them. So I feel like artists out here, in order for, you know, Arizona to be a successful market, we need to be open to the ideas. They're open to that.
So okay. I ain't trying to shut down AZ at all, right?
Right, definitely.
But do you think that there's like some closed-mindedness?
There's definitely closed-mindedness. I always said that during the game because, like I said, they hear
from somebody that's not from here, right?
I'm not from here, so I can only tell y'all.
But you're representing because this is your home now.
Yeah, this is what I'm seeing. You feel me? Because I came to the West Coast with a mission. You feel me? The West Coast mission was to come down here and get closer to LA, but to work with the artists down here.
Right.
And I will give a shout out to the Launchpad. The Launchpad was one place that a bunch of Arizona artists came through, and I was able to collab with them and start to get that feeling, like, you feel me? But before that, it took a whole year, you feel me? That whole year, I would reach out to artists, and it's like, since I wasn't from Arizona, what does he have to offer? Who is this dude? You feel me? I don't know you.
Right.
I know my nigga, but I don't know you.
Right.
They'll be quick to put their nigga who ain't even serious about rapping and probably can't contribute, instead of putting an artist who's really serious about their craft and stuff like that, that actually has a buzz, even though you don't know him, but you see he's doing numbers, and to put that effort into that. So that's all I just wish artists down here would see, because I see a lot of talent. I just wish a lot of artists would be open to the idea of working. Because I feel like, you feel me? I feel like if it ain't they homie, or they feel like, it's two things. Don't feel like you can use somebody to get some work. You feel me? It's too, like I said, it's either, oh, if it ain't my homie, or if I can't use them to get something. Like I said, I understand, yeah, everything needs benefits, but like, make sure it benefit both of y'all. Right. You feel me? Don't.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the creative process.
The creative process.
Right.
We get it.
The creative process, right? So we're gonna talk about that, right? And like how important that is, right? And then when we talk about the creative process, it's like, yo, like what you do, I don't think they really know, right? So Dom is the producer.
Right.
Dom is the rapper. Dom is a songwriter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The collaborator, whatever it is, right? So like when we talk about everything that you do, right?
Yeah.
And like you really like it's more than just music, right? It's more than just like laying down a track and like putting something together. It's like it's more than that, right? So like that's what I appreciate about you, right?
Yeah, cause I love music.
Where does that come from? What does that? How does that motivate you? What's that creative process like? And like,
to be real, it's
going forward.
It's the love for music. This is literally what I want to do. So like, my thing is, I'm not the type that if music isn't for me, I'm gonna do something else. No.
Right.
Music is what I love and what I love to do. So if I can't excel in this part, I'm gonna excel in this other part. That's what made me so like, if I can't be a rapper, I'm gonna be a producer. If I can't be a producer, then I'm gonna be a writer. If I can't be a writer, then I'm gonna be an A&R. Music is my passion. So that's what inspired me to really open up and to do all those things that actually opened me up to try to collaborate with artists. I don't know about every artist out here that be like they got their friends and stuff, but I really want to work with different artists. Right. Like if you don't feel like I'm good enough to rap on your track, I know I'm good enough to shoot your video. You feel me? Or I know I'm good enough to produce that beat for that track. Right. You know, if you don't feel like I'm good enough to produce a beat, but you feel like I got the bars to rap on this shit, let's get it. I try to make myself where you can't deny me. I'm undeniable.
So let's talk about this. So we already know Dom 2 Timez is the rapper, right?
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
The artist. Right? For those who really know, he's a producer.
Definitely producer.
Like pushing, like producer,
Hey,
right?
I see in the blogs. Make sure I tune in.
Right. Quarantine vibes, whatever, right? So look, so when we talk about Dom 2 Timez the artist, right?
Right.
And then like streamlining like to the producer side of things, right? Let's talk about the collabs. Okay. So we got action pack.
Yeah, shout out to my
AP,
boy Action Pack.
AP,
It is bars.
AP. We got $sign Asia.
Yeah, shout out to $sign Asia. Hey, that's my homegirl. She really been work. Like
she fired.
She fucked with me before I even started making music.
She fired.
I fuck with her.
Lil Ty.
Shout out to my nigga, man. It's funny because like I met him at the launch pad. Like it's funny. We only met each other like I want to say once or twice, and it was just that vibe in the studio was such a crazy vibe, bro. I can't even explain it.
No, it's fire. Lil Ty fire. I fuck with him. I didn't tap in until I tapped in with you, and I was like, Lil Ty, hold on, let me figure out.
Check out my homie.
Lil Ty. Shout out to Lil Ty. Shout out to Lil Ty.
That's funny. I don't even got Ty number, nigga. I don't even got his number. It's like if I hit this nigga up, it's just like, yo, let's make some beats.
Then we got what is it? Suicide or Suicide?
Yeah,
Suicide.
He's from North Carolina.
So these are artists that you've worked with, that you produced creatively, and let's talk about the producing process, bro. Because look, Dom 2 times is an artist.
It's an artist.
When I say an artist,
that don't know, man.
When I say an artist, my guy will pull up, get you a tattoo. He'll draw you something up real quick.
I definitely would draw you a portrait on my mama.
Right. Like, I appreciate that, right? So my biggest thing, bro, is like when it comes to like an artist, right? So a lot of rappers, whatever, they like, I'm an artist, right?
Yeah.
I appreciate that title.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's solid.
Yeah.
But what are you doing to exercise that artistry?
The artistry,
you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
And you doing that.
It's crazy, bro, because what I'm doing, I'm just working on myself, bro. That's literally it.
Yeah.
I'm working on myself, but what I'm doing is I'm challenging myself every day.
Right.
Like, that's why I said I don't just be like, hey, yo, make this type of beat or make this type of beat every day. No. I be like, yo, make this beat, and then I think of something creatively, because an artist has creativity. That's what they mastering is creativity.
Right.
So even if it's not, sometimes I draw. Like I said, I draw portraits. If I'm not drawing, I'm tattooing. If I'm not tattooing, I'm graphic designing. You feel me? I'm figuring stuff that can help me in the long run, artist wise. That way I can really stamp that.
So you always challenging yourself.
Always challenge yourself, because I
so
feel
you're
like
not settling with just like hopping in the booth, rapping something, and like, yo, I'm gonna lay this down and boom.
Are we rich?
Nah.
No. I'm never satisfied with just one challenge. I'm not rich. My granny's still working at this and that job, bro. My mama's still working this and that. I'm not happy and I'm not satisfied. I'm happy where I am, but I'm not happy with the financial.
So you constantly crafting.
Constantly crafting. But you feel me? It's just like, that's the thing. People can be like, man, I'm not making money off of music, so I'm about to just get this job because I know that's guaranteed money. No, bro. If my dream is what I expect to, you feel me, take care of me and my family, I'm going to invest that time and be that. To be real, it didn't take till this year where I was like, yo, I'm spending a little bit of money in music just because, like, I want to play it safe. Right. But I'm willing to spend a hell of a lot of money in weed. You feel me? I'm willing to buy this ounce, which is 180 to 2 something, you feel me? But I ain't really willing to risk that into music. Right. And that's why I was like, yo, I gotta stop that. I'm willing to do that. That's what made me really get my merch on. Right. The same money I was spending on Zip, I spent and got all my merch done. Right. All my merchandise.
So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So this is a segment. Yeah. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So basically, this segment is put together for you. Yeah. Right? So we're going to talk about what me, Hollywood, has been tapping into, right? Yeah, and what I've noticed, and I need you to touch on it.
I ain't holding back nothing, y'all. So
I need you to touch on it. So we're going to get into the first topic. This is a segment, right? So we talked about the merch, right? You was getting into the merch, so we're going to talk a little bit about the merch. And then, so we're going to break into that. So we was on the producer vibe, right? Yeah. Right?
Yeah, correct.
How's that going for you, first of all? Is it good or is it great?
It's funny because
I think it's great.
It's actually greater than my rap career. It's actually greater than my rap career because I'm making money off of it.
Right.
So yeah, but
you killing it though. So we talking about producer vibes. Yeah. So if we're gonna talk about producer vibes, then it's only right that we talk about the quarantine vibes.
Yeah, quarantine vibes.
So this the social media, Instagram vibes.
So part of the producer vibes, I'll go to the studio and make beats just like every day.
It's quarantine vibes.
And then I decided like, yo, I wanted to put quarantine vibes on, which was me recording, because I feel like a bunch of niggas during quarantine wasn't working. You feel me? So I feel like a bunch of niggas during quarantine wasn't working. So what I decided to do was just like every time I recorded a song, because you know I was mainly focused on beats.
Right.
It's exclusive.
And who you working with?
I'm working with my homie Lucci. Shout out to Lucci. That's my engineer. He gets all my vocals.
What's up with Zoe?
Zoe's my homie and producer. What we produce together. So what we do, we actually produce tracks and send them.
So I saw that. I saw the vibe with Zoe.
Yeah,
you with Zoe, right?
Zoe,
shout out to Zoe.
Right
Shout out to Zoe. Shout out to Zoe.
Hey, it's funny because during this
Zoe in here.
He
Zoe
actually in the other room working
next door. Shout out to Zoe.
Yeah, but Zoe is like my right hand man for us the producer part come.
Right.
Because he's on the same mission. We literally in the studio where we at shooting this interview. We literally here till about 4 and 5 in the morning, challenging ourselves continuously as a producer. So he literally helped me get to the point where I'm at as a producer to be like, yo, Zoe really produced me as like, helped me get to the point where I'm like, yo, I really want to make money off of this. Because the main point of making music, yes, is to get, you know, your dreams and stuff, but it's to eventually make money off of it.
Yeah.
You know, and just not money to blow, but the money to take care of yourself.
Right.
And that's all
self-invest.
Yeah, and ever since then, like I said, I got placements in with Motown Records.
Right.
I got placements with Action Pack, Suicide. Shout out to Suicide in
North
Carolina. Action Pack, that's where Yo Gotti and them, CMG.
Memphis, Tennessee.
CMG, bro. That's why I said, like, bro, like, shout out to my nigga, bro. He really pushed me, bro.
Hold on, let's talk about it real quick. We're gonna talk about working with, connecting with, experiences. Post Malone, Twista, King Louis, Tiana Taylor, Jacquees,
I'm going down the list.
Young Thug, Boosie.
I'm going down the list.
Do the struggle.
I'm going to do that down the list.
Like, let's talk about that real quick before we close it off, man.
All the artists my nigga Hollywood just named is all artists I work with. It may not be in what you think, but I actually experience like working with them. So Action Pack.
What? So it's like Action Pack. Shout out to Action Pack.
It's funny because the beat that I made for Bars 3, I sent that to him 2 years ago when I just started making beats.
Yeah,
that was like one of my top 5 beats I just started.
Action Pack is going up.
Like, honestly, in my opinion, I thought that beat was whacking back in, like, as I got better, I was like, man.
So let me ask you this real quick question, bro. All those artists I named, right? High artists, Post Malone, Billboard, Thug, Billboard. Like, you dealt with them artists at a very beginning stage, right?
Definitely before I knew about the paperwork, the business, everything.
All that, right?
Yeah.
So how did that make you feel as a true up and coming artist, and like, yo, like I'm connecting, I'm networking, I'm tapping in, I'm opening up for these artists? Like, how did that make you feel as a new up and coming, like new established?
As a new and up and coming, it made me feel great because, like I said, around this time I was Twittering and buying famous.
Right.
So like I was sort of making those connections while making those connections. Like it was like 2 in 1 because they knew me from the videos, then, but I knew myself from the music.
Right.
So like it was dope working and experience with those, but it wasn't to the point where I'm like, yo, they take me serious as an artist.
Right.
And then that's where I kind of branched off into Kingdom 2 and 3 to working on.
So that goes back.
That kind of branched off into me working, into myself as a, just an artist, you feel me? Because Kingdom 2, after, before I dropped Kingdom 2, I actually sent the beat to Action Back. I sent it to like 20 people, bro. Nobody responded.
Kingdom 2?
Kingdom 2 was when I started making beats.
So you started producing at Kingdom 2?
Freedom 3. Actually, people don't know this. I produced my first song that I Want to Know.
I Want to Know.
I Want to Know I produced. That was my first track.
Hold on. Hey, let's talk. Hey, real quick, before we close. Hey, we're going to close it off real quick. We're going to close it off soon, but Don't Go.
Don't Go was my first track I produced. Everything, I stopped after that. And then, like, when I came to Kingdom 2, I got back into that process.
Don't Go is an amazing track, bro.
Don't Go, I did.
Hey, from me to you, if that means anything, it's an amazing track, bro.
Don't Go is
amazing.
Don't Go's, I didn't produce it, but shout out to my homie GC. But, like, that track touched me from the soul because it was the first time I actually went through a situation with a female.
Right.
Because, like, I went through plenty of situations with a female and brought
a whole lot of them.
but that was the first one that I was like,
I appreciate that track.
Yeah. You know,
that's your number one track?
That's my. It's funny. That's my number one track out right now. Don't go.
Don't go. Dime 2 times. Check it out.
For sure. Okay. Kingdom 2, Apple, Spotify.
Kingdom 2. We about to get to Kingdom 3.
Kingdom 3, man. Y'all not ready for that.
Yo, check it out. Check it out. So look. So where can the people find you, bro?
So you can find me on Instagram.
We're going to close it off like this. Where can the people find you, bro?
So you find me on Instagram. Dime 2 times.
Yeah.
You know, number 2, TIME.
You see it.
_ you feel.
You see it.
You feel me? Dime 2 times _ or you could just look me up simply. Dime, the number 2 times with a Z. If you look me up, everything's there. My website, my merch, my YouTube, all that, you know.
Bet. Okay, so you said it already. So outside of the music, what can the people expect from you, bruh?
Nothing. You feel me? Like I said, like, I'm not gonna say nothing because y'all always expect it. But
what can the people expect from you outside the music? Is it Dime 2 times? Like, what is it, man?
I don't know. It's funny because, like, I know as an artist, I'm happy where I'm at, but I'm trying to just.
It's real.
I'm trying to make myself 2 times better than what I am.
It's real. You see the vibes.
So like I said, even though like I figured out how to tattoo and stuff, I want to make sure.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the tattooing.
I want to. Yeah, like I said, I just want to make sure like I'm out there, bro.
So we got the merch.
I got the merch.
We got the tattoos.
I got bored one day. It was like Dime 2 times want to start tatting.
But he really out here tatting though. He really out here tatting though.
I started tattooing.
He really
my
out
leg.
here tatting.
Like, you feel me, y'all? I started tattooing my leg.
So you pushing
shit,
your artistry.
Yeah, it's artistry, bro. Like,
you pushing that, right?
Dime 2 times.
You pushing that, right?
Yeah.
So how important is that to you, man? To push your artistry to constantly
it's important.
To challenge yourself.
It's important. Y'all don't understand. I quit my 9 to 5 to challenge myself because I felt like I was making money, income, but it wasn't like I wasn't happy with myself.
Right.
As long as you happy, I feel like you can be one of the brokest people if you happy with. You feel me?
Right.
So like that's why I'm like, yo, this music industry that I'm in, where I'm at with myself.
Yeah, with you.
I'm happy. I'm not satisfied, but I'm happy.
Right.
I'm happy as
I respect that, bro.
Definitely, bro.
That's love.
So yeah,
that's
man.
real love. So we're gonna end it like this, bro. We're gonna end it like this. So this is Sound On, right?
Yep.
Sound On. We got Dime 2 times.
Hey, yo, boy, Hollywood.
Yo, we can't sound on unless we sound off.
Right.
So we're gonna sound off. So you're gonna lead the people, right? You're gonna lead the people with something, right? No, we're gonna lead the people with something to remember Dime 2 times by. Leave them with something that they can leave you by. Dime 2 times. What can you lead them with?
Hey, this your boy Dime 2 times.
Yeah.
There's 2 things I'm gonna tell you. You feel me? One thing is, time heals all pain. Mm-hmm. So, regardless of what you're doing in life, just give it time. You feel me? That's 1. And then 2, man. Hey, man, always stay challenging yourself, man. You a king, you a queen. So keep challenging yourself. Never be satisfied. You feel me? That's Dime 2 times.
That's what we're doing?
That's definitely
Dime 2 times.
Like I said, time heals all pain. Literally got it tatted on me right here. Time heals also. Like, if you feel like your process is going slow, keep going, bro, because it's only getting better. On my mama.
Are we out of there?
Hey, we out.
Are we out of there?
Like,
hey,
stay tuned. Blogged into the series.
Come on. Series. We in here. What's the series? We got the vlog. We got the interview and we got the event.
Yep.
Turn up, nigga. My guy. We out of here. Yes, sir. Done and done. That's it. We